Hey guys, check out g2a.com for cheap games. There's a link and discount code in the description down below. So I know you guys have been requesting me to do some more car builds in Need for Speed, and I decided to do this guy. This is going to be a full-on drift build of the Nissan S15. So I decided to go all Rocket Bunny on it, do some crazy drift stuff. I think we finished off with like 800-ish horsepower, and this car was just a sideways monster. Could almost be one of my favorite drift cars in the game. It's a tough decision between this guy and the Supra that you guys saw me build earlier in the week. Anyways, I wanted to talk about Need for Speed today. I wanted to talk about some drifting, the way I build cars, and just some basic tips and what I did for this particular car. Anyways, like I said, we're going all Rocket Bunny on this thing, all full-out drift car. We gotta camber it up, make it super wide body, and just go freaking crazy with it. So I think at the point of this recording, yeah, it says at the bottom right-hand, or bottom left-hand side of the screen, I'm level 40 when I'm recording this video. So I have basically access to most of the things that you would want when building a car. So you really do get a good sense when you have stuff like this of what's available and what isn't. Because at those lower levels, I think you only get body kits, like full proper body kits at like level 12. And then you don't get exhausts, you don't get diffusers and things like that until you've progressed quite a lot further in the game. Anyways, threw on some rims. That back end just looks insane. So I decided to go all Rocket Bunny on the kit, so it already came with a diffuser, some exhaust stuff, so I wasn't able to change any of that, but I decided to change up the wing and go with, I believe it was a lip spoiler. I think it was the Rocket Bunny lip spoiler. Like I said, full Rocket Bunny on this guy, and it was just insane. One thing I do want to know, though, is what cars do you guys want to see me build? Because I've built the majority of the cars in this game, I would say, already, and done some certain builds on them. But what do you guys want to see me build in Need for Speed? If you guys haven't already seen, I put up an entire car list video, so you guys can check that out, see what's available, and then come back, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to get some videos out for those cars. I do have an RX-7 video that will probably go up tomorrow, I think, but I decided to go with this S15 just because I went full-on crazy drift with it and just went mad. Anyways, like I said, so, okay, here's what I like to do. I like to start when I actually build my cars with the visual customization, do all of that stuff because it doesn't really affect the way your car drives in any way. After that, I'd go and do the performance stuff because when you actually do the performance stuff, you can toss on parts that you can actually tune on later. I'll show you that in a little bit when we go tune our car. Basically full drift. I actually do come back and I fine-tune this car because I wasn't really happy with the way that it was driving. Anyways, like I said, we just went crazy with this car, maxed it out essentially with what we were able to do. Like I said, I'm level 40. I still don't have access to everything. Like, we could probably make this a 1,000 horsepower build if we really wanted to. But, honestly, I don't think I would recommend it. If I'm building a perfect drift car in this game, I would say probably either a Supra or the S15, like I said, and probably sitting at around 500 horsepower, I think would be a solid range for the amount of horsepower and like grip and drifting. I think that's a pretty solid range. You really don't need to go all crazy with it like I did here and add on 800 horsepower, but it was fun, I must say. Anyways, I'm just tossing on everything here, and I do like these maxed out drift builds. I did a maxed out Aventador with over 1,000 horsepower, which was sort of like a middle ground car. If you guys don't know, spoiler warning, the Aventador, the best car in the game, I would definitely recommend saving up for that if you have enough money for it. But if you don't, save up for it, like I said. It is the best car in the game. Forget about the Ferrari F40. It's expensive, but it's only like a race car, and there's no real modifications you can do to it. If you ask me, I'm kind of bored with it. Not really worth it. The Aventador is insane, super fast, can be one hell of a grip car. It's just a race car if you toss on the right stuff for it. And surprisingly, it can also be one hell of a drift car as well. If you guys watched the drift video or the build video that I did on that Aventador yesterday, that thing was crazy. I just went for like a middle ground car and I sort of balanced it out so it was half race and half sort of drift. That way I could go through the story super fast, just stick with the same car and do sort of everything. This particular car, this S15, can't do that. If you were to take this into the story mode and you were to take this into a race, you would just get so destroyed. It would not even be funny. Anyways, like I said, we're going full drift, so I just slide the big slider all the way to the left. Drift stability, I put that on. I just find it easier to drift with it. I do come back later on and turn it off, and I had a much better time. I don't know what it is. Some cars, I need to sort of play around with the tuning a little bit more than I do for others. This car, I had to play around with a lot. You do actually see me go, when I do get on the track, I had a slight issue. So starting up, all epic, those backfires and the wheel spin and everything. And then I start my drift run, and I immediately bin it into a wall. Yeah, this car was really interesting. You will notice the issue that I had immediately. I would come in, I would start drifting, and for whatever reason, it would just bite the corners onto the inside, and it would take the corners like really like shallow. I'm not really sure how you would describe it, but it didn't really take the corners as I wanted. You'll see me here turn in. I want it to stay really, really wide, but for whatever reason, it just bites on to the inside of the corner, and it does that all throughout this video until I go back and I actually change it up. When I do actually go back and change it up, it's still not perfect. I'm sure there are some more things that I could do with it, but for the time I had, like there, I just bit in all the way to the inside and I just crashed. I didn't know what was causing it. I still won. I still succeeded, but it just wasn't drifting the way I wanted to. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it one more chance, try it out in another race, see what happens. If it's the same thing, I'll go fix it up. I had the exact same issue again. It was just biting onto the inside. I had a drift trial here. I got so frustrated I ended up rage quitting the thing and just going to fix my car immediately. Anyways, like I was saying, if you were to take a car like this into the story mode, you would have so many issues with it. It constantly goes sideways. It does not drive in a straight line. It's just impossible. Like you can see me there, it just wiggles around on the track everywhere, and it just doesn't go in a straight line. You would not win any races with this thing. That's why what I would recommend doing, if you are playing through the story, buy one car that can sort of do everything, that can drift and grip as well. I found a couple really good cars for this. The Evo is a really good car for this. The Ford Focus RS is really good for this. The Subaru BRZ can be if you tune it more towards grip, because it already wants to go sideways as soon as you jump into it. But if you tune it a little bit towards grip, you can have a sweet drift car and grip car at the same sort of time. I'm sure there are a bunch of other cars that you can do it with, but those are the best three that I've found that are quite cheap, that you can buy early on in the game, and you'll have a good time, I think. Anyways, this is actually where I got so mad I rage quit. I'm like, no, it keeps biting into the corner. I drift in, it's just like, nope, I'm done. So I went back to the handling, switched off the drift assist, played around with some things, and I hit the road again and tried my luck at drifting. Anyways, I'm actually drifting online here with another person who was in our race, who was in the office. I can't actually remember who this was, but I managed to win. So it might be Theo. I would imagine it's Theo, because Theo can't drive. He's even worse than me. No, I don't know. I don't remember who it was. But anyways, I tried my hand at drifting this thing with the fixed up tune, and immediately the whole car is different. It's no longer biting into the inside. Like I said, it's far from perfect still. I could still go in and play around with it a hell of a lot more than I did. But like I said, I only had a certain amount of time, and I wanted to get a bunch of cars done. But for what I did, it did work for what I needed it to. You can see me hitting these corners way better, way more accurately than I was before. And I'm just drifting up through the hills online, and it's just so cool. It's so much fun. Like, I don't know what it is. I know this game's been getting a lot of hate. It's been like, people are like, you overhyped it. Everyone's like overhyping the game. At the end of the day, it's a really fun game, and that's all that matters. Like, yeah, the physics aren't very accurate. It's Need for Speed. It's not supposed to be a super accurate sim racer game. At the end of the day, Need for Speed is probably the most fun I have ever had in a racing game. It's just like Forza, you can go on, you can do a couple of laps and a couple of races. By the end of it, you sort of get bored and you want to go do something else. That's me personally. Need for Speed, I don't really get that feeling. It's just a hell of a lot of fun, and it's just a really good game for me personally. Some other people may be looking for other things, but for me personally, it is a lot of fun. I can build my cars exactly the way I want to. The handling, yeah, it's not the most accurate, it's not the most realistic, but at the end of the day, the game is really, really fun. I will have a review up sometime next week. Hopefully, we're also going to be doing a written review over on the website, which should be pretty cool. And yeah, that should be awesome. Anyways, guys, like I said, I want to know what cars you guys want to see me drift or build in the future. Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, go check out the car list video that I put up earlier today. Go check that out. Let me know what cars from that you guys want to see me build, and I will try my best to touch upon a little bit of everything. Anyways, you can see I'm drifting a hell of a lot better, crashing into people, racking up crazy amounts of score. This car is insanely fast. You can just see it right there. Doesn't go in a straight line. Ridiculous, monstrous drift car. Insane. I would recommend this. Try this out. See what you guys think of it. Let me know what you guys think. What's better, this guy or the Super that I built? I would say the Super's more stable. This thing's a little bit more crazy. Maybe a little bit more fun. Spun it out there. Yeah, that didn't go very well. Yeah, this thing's very unstable and is a crazy car. But I don't know which one's more fun. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you are new around here, subscribe for more videos like this in the description box. Let me know what you guys want to see me do next. And check out the Let's Play series. Anyways, guys, thank you again very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.